Hi, Charles Moman here. Today I just want to do a short little review of a battery pack that we bought recently for a trip that we took out west, a 4,500-mile trip, and we spent the majority of the camping nights, I think, at national parks, Rocky Mountain National and Capitol Reef, which we love. I love both of them. Capitol Reef was a new one for us in Utah. And so at those two places, they don't have services for you, so they don't have water at your campsite, they don't have electricity. They did have nice bathrooms, actually, flush toilets, lights, everything, but no electricity. However, there was an outlet in the bathrooms, and so I saw at Capitol Reef someone left a laptop sitting on the trash can charging their laptop, so they were pretty trusting. I don't think I would do that. So I was concerned about a couple things: keeping phones, our laptops, and more importantly, my batteries for our three Nikon cameras. I have a D750, a D7000, and fortunately, they both use the same battery. I specifically just bought the D7000 used from Roberts in Indy because it uses the same batteries as the D750. It's a DX camera, so it's a crop sensor, but I still had some lenses from my olden days. And actually, Susie's got a D5300, which used to be mine. So I have some lenses I can use on both. So I was concerned about keeping those batteries charged. So I bought this Jackery. It's bought off Amazon for about 150 bucks. I have since I got home, found a couple of people that do really great reviews, and I'll list their names in the description below. And they do reviews, and at least one of them, I think maybe both, I know one of them for sure, quite often has a coupon code. So you may see a review of this or something else, and they'll have a coupon code, and I checked some of them, and they're still active. They still work, and so they might save you, 10 or 20% or a certain amount off. So you might check on that because you can save some money for sure. This is called the Jackery 160 Explorer. They make one. This was 150 bucks. They make one that's 249, and then they make a 500 watt one that's like $3.99, I think, or $4.99. Don't quote me on that. And of course, that just means they've got more charging ability. So what I liked about this one when I first looked on the reviews is it's got a great display. Some of these, what they call solar batteries, what's cool about them is they can charge off a solar panel. Whether you've got a solid ones fixed on top of your camper or your van, or the foldable ones. Jackery makes one that goes with this. And so I'm thinking about getting that. And so you just plug it directly in. You don't have to have any other equipment. You can plug it directly in. Any of those solar panels, if they have the right barrel size for the input here. And so what I like with the display, it shows you what the percentage of the charge, like this 100%. And right now it shows you the input and output. So it's 0 watt, 0 watt, because nothing's going on here. But what's handy is you can charge these with solar. You can also charge them with just a standard AC unit that you get to plug into the wall. And then you can also plug it in to your cigarette lighter. So in our van, we've got one in the front, one in the back. So we just plug this in and plug it in right here on the input, and we're good to go. And that's where you plug a solar panel too. Like I said, you don't have to have inverters and whatever, all those other equipment you need for a solar panel to work. It's all built in here, so that's pretty slick. That's why they call them solar generators. Then you can also run a 12-volt equipment, fans and other things, and so you plug this in, and so you can plug your device into here. Otherwise, what I'm using it for a lot was for the AC here. So I turn this on, and I can plug it in, and I'll get up by the mic. It has a fan that comes on right away while the inverter is running. It charged the batteries up great. As a matter of fact, I felt like it charged it as fast or faster than when I plug it into a wall outlet at home. So we use that for charging the camera batteries as well as charging laptops. I'm not doing a lot of editing. I'm out filming. And the reason I'm going through batteries so much is daytime filming is not an issue. You can get tons of shots out of batteries, but I typically run 2 batteries on my camera. Like the D750, there's a battery in the camera and there's a battery in the battery grip, and so it uses up one and goes to the other. I'm doing a lot of night photographies now, especially Milky Way, and so I got the screen on a lot, so I'm using live view, and then more importantly, I'm doing 20, 30-second exposures, sometimes 2 or 3 minute exposures if I'm getting the foreground on something, and then I use 30 seconds or less for the Milky Way or for the stars, so I don't get star trailing. So anyway, that's what I had that for. On the front, we've got 3 USB, 2 of the regular USB ports, and then a USB-C. And so it works great. It's got a light which may not seem all that bright, but at night, if you're in an emergency, you don't have another flashlight, you can grab this out of your car and use this as well. And so the people that I'm going to link in the description below, they'll have information. They use meters and all that stuff. But the Jackery, most people like the Jackery real well. Honda has even licensed one. It's a 290, so it's got a bigger battery than their middle model. I did a couple informal tests. We thought, wonder how long just a simple fan like this that would blow air around inside our little runaway camper just fine. Wonder how long this would run. So I plugged it in the other day on high, and it ran for over 8 hours. We would never use it for 8 hours because most nights, most camping, things cool down. So we might run it for a while. If I just have air going, that's all I need. I'm not worried about finding a battery pack that can run AC. They are out there. They have 1,000+ watts, but even those lithiums will only run a typical AC in an RV like ours, a small one, 5,000 BTU, for a couple hours. It wouldn't even begin to run, units on some big Airstream or something. So we did that, and then we also thought about, hey, what if Susie stuck a heating pad inside her sleeping bag before we go to bed? And this will turn off after 2 hours anyway. But I turned it on high, ran it for 2 hours, and I think the battery went. A Jackery battery pack went down from 100% to maybe 82%, something like that. And so that would be great. That would be fine. So I'm considering getting the solar panel. I don't know if I'm going to get the Jackery one or not. One of the people has a couple of videos about taking a standard solar panel and cutting it, the wires and splicing it and all that. And I don't know if I want to get involved with that, but we'll see. Most of them I don't think I'm going to need it. So there's a short review of the Jackery battery pack. It worked great for us. It's so nice and small, and for most people I think it's what they would need. They just want to keep their phone, maybe charge a camera battery, and then if you're driving anywhere, I don't care, even just within the park or wherever you're at, plug it into a cigarette lighter and you can charge that baby up pretty fast. So there you go, a little review on the Jackery 160 Explorer. I hope it helps you.